the first student-run sports blog for sports fans.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the newest episode of Hitting the Field. As you may have noticed, I'm not Kyle Briley, but I am Ben Sanders. We kind of just figured that like having your Uncle Ron over for Thanksgiving, you like him, but you needed a break. Hopefully with me at the helm, the show is better than Evan Abraham's attempt at collard greens for Friendsgiving. Here to serve up some sports knowledge and debate is our first all-female panel in Breanna Sorensen and Neesa Calhoun. Before we dive into the remarkable game this past weekend, a few of us actually had the privilege to cover history. Before we get started, Bree, what was it like as an experience?
Yeah, I got to shoot some footage for my internship, and it was so amazing. When Mike Hughes scored that 95-yard touchdown, the crowd went crazy. You could actually feel the vibrations down on the field. It was such a cool experience.
Yeah, I didn't have the privilege of being there, but on TV it looked incredible. That being said, our first question, this is for both of you. Was this the best atmosphere at a UCF game ever? And this includes last season's postseason heroics of the men's basketball team. I'm coming to you first, Neesa.
Yeah, I definitely think that this was the best UCF event or experience that I've ever personally been to or that I've ever personally witnessed, me being a UCF student. This game brought us to 14th place ranking. That's the highest that UCF has ever been. So I think it's pretty cool. The sold-out stadium, the energy was just crazy. I've never been to a football game like that. I've never been to any UCF event like that. Even when Obama came, this was something that was equivalent to that.
How about you, Bree?
I definitely agree with Neesa. Like I said, we also started a new tradition with the lights, and just the whole stands had goosebumps. Everybody showed up. The USF band was there. We had the third largest crowd in stadium history with 47,129 people. That's crazy. And even hours after the game, fans were lingering around the stadium celebrating. It was truly an unforgettable experience.
Yeah, that's the word that sums it up, unforgettable. It's a great thing for our Knights to be put on a national stage like that and perform like they did. So looking forward to this upcoming weekend's matchup. What do you foresee in the upcoming conference championship game against Memphis? I'm coming to you first, Bree.
I think it's definitely going to be a closer game than last time. Like I said, last time we beat them 40-13. I feel like Memphis has progressively throughout the season gotten better and better. Like I said, their offense has been showing up. They beat UConn 70-31, East Carolina 70-13, Tulsa 41-14, Memphis averaging 47 points while UCF is averaging 48. So they're just hand in hand. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I think UCF will end up pulling it out maybe by one touchdown.
Your thoughts, Neesa?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that Memphis has come up throughout the season. I think that it's going to be a really close matchup. I don't know who will pull away with the win, but I definitely think that their offense is something to look out for, as well as our defense is pretty strong right now. They have Ferguson, who's he has 32 touchdowns and 8 interceptions just this season. Anthony Miller and Phil Mayhew have 1,600 yards. So, their offense is just something to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
so it definitely gives us some competition.
Yeah, I'm personally looking forward to the game. It's going to be a great event on Saturday. Stay with us. After the break, I'll be rejoined by these lovely ladies to talk some NBA news and gossip.
Do you like sports? Do you like reading about sports? Then we got a sports blog just for you. Stay on my peripherals. That's not far. Hitting the field.
The first student-run sports blog.
For sports fans.
By sports fans.
See, it's all about the product shot.
Where do you want me to stand?
Don't talk though. I want them to see the hole.
Hitting the field. We cover football. We cover basketball. And so much more.
He's out. By sports reporters and Meech.
What up? Watch the show and read the sports blog. Hitting
the field.
Welcome back to Hitting the Field. We're going to move on to the NBA, as I said earlier. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they've had a tumultuous start to the NBA season, to say the least, with an aging roster and an injured Isaiah Thomas. The King LeBron James needed to have near career games every night. The Cavs are now on a 7-game win streak. Are they truly cooking, or are they just simmering in the pan? Bree?
They're definitely just strictly simmering, but they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're beating the bad teams. On this 7-game winning streak, they've only beaten one team that's over 500, which was the Pistons. And the rest of the teams, if the if the playoffs started today, they wouldn't make the playoffs. So they're just simmering.
They're just simmering? What about you, Neesa?
I don't know. I think the stovetop's on medium. I think that they're heating up. They're definitely cooking up. LeBron's being himself. He's coming back. He's basically carrying the team right now. I definitely think that JR needs to be a lot more consistent in scoring, and that's going to help them out. And also, Iman is back. So he's going to also need to help contribute, and then I think that's going to bring them to a good little ammo.
Yeah, well, the Cavs' the biggest rivals they're going to have if they keep winning is if we move across to the Western Conference. The fight for positions 3 through 7 is incredibly close, with only one game splitting the Spurs, Blazers, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, and the Pelicans. The question I pose is, which one of the teams are superior and can be a serious threat to the Warriors and the Rockets? Neesa?
I'm going to have to go with the Trailblazers. I definitely think that Portland has a great defense. They have Damian Lillard, McCollum, and Nurkic. So they have a really good big three. I definitely think that they've improved in their defense, and I think that they can tear up one of the two.
How about you, Bree?
I personally think the Trailblazers are just too young of a team. I'm going to have to go with the Spurs. I feel like the Spurs will always be a serious threat. As long as Popovich is the coach, they'll always be ready. And once Kawhi Leonard is up and ready to go, once he returns, I feel like the pack will just emerge and come to the elite of the West.
I mean, that's the X factor, is if Kawhi can stay healthy for more than 15, 10 games at a time. So let's talk about on Wednesday, during our Friendsgiving, no less. The Warriors and the Thunder had a standoff in Oklahoma. The Thunder showed that they had some lightning to go along with all the preseason hype by winning 108-91. The major storyline, however, was it was the first time that Russell Westbrook got the best of former teammate and new enemy number one, Kevin Durant. Bree, what are your thoughts about this?
I personally think that the win didn't really show the true potential of the matchup. Curry and Thompson were both off the entire game, and just not even for the Thunder's defense, but they were just missing wide open shots. Like Curry shot 9 for 18 and 3 for 8, and Thompson only had 9 points. So the turnovers weren't even forced. They were more of just sloppy play. So I really don't feel like it really showed the potential of the game. And then with Russell did play great, so I definitely feel like he can be kind of in his face a little bit, but overall, I don't think it really showed much.
Neesa, what about you?
I definitely have to disagree. I think that it showed that Westbrook could be strong and showed what he can do, especially against a team like Golden State. It's definitely always a team that you're going to want to beat, especially them being on top for as many seasons that they had so far. Westbrook almost hit a triple-double. I know that made KD mad. So I definitely think with some passion behind him, he can turn the team around. So.
Yeah, both players mouthed off to each
For
other.
sure.
And talking about mouthy people, what would an NBA segment be without the Ball family? Not long after the sports world biggest troll and the political world's biggest troll faced off on Twitter about son LiAngelo, causing the innocent LeVar Burton from Star Trek to be inadvertently embroiled in this, LeVar Ball decreed that the Lakers are being too soft on his rookie son Lonzo. The team rookie dynamic is more fragile than my knees, but is this a fair statement to make? Why or why not, Neesa? Are they being too soft?
No, I don't think they're being too soft. I think that they're allowing him to be the player that he is. He's a selfless player. He's the most selfless, talented player that I've actually seen. Definitely, he can put up a lot more numbers, but I think that he's replacing putting up numbers with getting rebounds, try to help his team improve as a whole versus himself shining. So, no, I don't think they're being too soft. I think they're allowing him to grow into the NBA how he wants to.
What about you, Bree?
I feel like people keep forgetting that he's a rookie, and the media and the team not winning are just really getting to him. Like, it's starting to poke at him. And then his father just puts so much pressure on him. But I feel like, he can handle it because, like he said before, like he's grown up with him being there and just always poking at him. But Lonzo, he just has to fight through it.
Yeah, I mean, for Lonzo, he has to go out and play his game on a nightly basis. And being a rookie, he's going to have great games, and he's going to have games where he looks like hot garbage, and that's just the way it is. That's absolutely spiffing debate. Put that one in for my dad. But I'm going to give the victory to Bree. Congratulations, Bree. And Neesa, since you are graduating, thank you for being part of the Hitting the Field family, and good luck on the next stage of your journey, whatever it may be.
You.
Stay with us. Next up, the Ant-Man and Jimmy Bayless are here to drop some NCAA knowledge. Let's hope it's hotter than Jimmy's takes in the group chat. Please stay with us.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
Do you like sports? Do you like reading about sports? Then we got a sports blog just for you. Stay on my peripherals. That's not far. Hitting the field.
The first student-run sports blog.
For sports fans.
By sports fans.
See, it's all about the product shot.
Where do you want me to stand?
Don't talk though. I want them to see the whole.
Hitting the field. We cover football. We cover basketball. And so much more.
He's out. By sports reporters and Meech.
What up? Watch the show and read the sports blog. Hitting
the field.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
Thanks for sticking with us. I'm now joined by Anthony Abruzzo and resident tepid take expert Jimmy Calhoun. Jimmy, you know I kid because I care.
It's okay.
2017 has produced some of the best college football action in recent memory, and with the playoffs just around the corner, much ambiguity going into our winter break. Let's begin with Alabama. Should they make the playoff? Noticed I said should and not can. Coming to you first, Ant.
It's a no for me. I mean, first of all, their strength.
It's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, it's a no for me. Strength of schedule, 63rd nationally, and I mean, it's not even nice if you know what I mean. But no wins in it versus a top 15. They've struggled to beat a now 4-loss team in Mississippi State. They nearly lost to UMass. Not a great win against LSU, and dominant wins against teams that, let's be honest, trash, like Fresno State and Mercer. So, I mean, I can even make an argument that UCF should be ahead of Alabama, and I'm being serious about that. So, I mean, I don't think they should be making playoffs at all. Sorry,
okay.
Alabama.
Okay, Joel Embiid, Mr. 69. Coming over to you, Jimmy.
Yeah, but a couple things have to happen first. Auburn has to beat Georgia, so Georgia has 2 losses, and Ohio has to beat Wisconsin. You talk about the strength of schedule for Alabama. Wisconsin's is even worse. So with one loss, Alabama
I don't
automatically
like
goes
Wisconsin
above.
either, so I mean, we're on the same
Alabama
boat.
automatically goes above Wisconsin. And then I think from last year, the Big Ten championship, if you win it, doesn't mean too much to the committee. Penn State didn't make it as a Big Ten champion last year.
Yeah, but I don't think
So-
they're going to make that same mistake again 2 years in a row, though. I mean, they got a lot of bliplash from that one.
I mean, Big Ten means nothing now.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Big Ten means something now. So Ohio State with 2 losses, Alabama with 1 loss. Alabama did beat 3 ranked opponents while they played them. FSU was 3 when they played.
Yeah, but FSU's garbage now.
But they had DeAndre Francois while they played.
Yeah,
then
but
they beat
come on
LSU
now.
while
Give me a break.
LSU was ranked, and Mississippi State while Mississippi State was ranked. That's 3 ranked wins. I think they
But Mississippi State's out 4 loss now.
4 losses now. But when they played,
Yeah, when they
it was
play, but it
ranked.
doesn't mean as much anymore, though.
I mean, but when you play against a ranked opponent when they're ranked, that's gotta
I mean,
mean
come
something.
on now. I mean,
I mean, the
don't know
boys
about
are
that,
going
but-
off. You can tell what type of segment this
We'll
is.
talk more about this tomorrow.
And you know, this is part of the season where college football coaches are preparing their resumes, as many big schools still have many vacant spots. What do you make of the coaching vacancies and hirings, Jimmy?
Man, there's so many to talk about. First of all, Jimbo Fisher to Texas A&M, that rumor going on.
yeah.
I didn't understand it at first, but then when I digged a little deeper into it, apparently Jimbo Fisher's son has a condition that affects the bone marrow, and he can only get treatment at a Houston hospital.
Oh,
So
yeah.
getting that Texas A&M job, and especially Texas A&M offering more money, now I understand
good
why
for
he
him
would take
then.
that job in Texas
Yeah,
A&M.
good for him then. Yep.
Chip Kelly to UCLA, I think it's good because he knows the Pac-12 and recruiting and everything like that.
Yeah.
I like Dan Mullen at Florida too. His history with quarterbacks, and that's been with Dak Prescott, Alex Smith, Tim Tebow, and that's been Florida's issue, since Tebow and Urban Meyer left. So I like the Dan Mullen hire to Florida.
Yeah, listen, I love the Chip Kelly hire to UCLA because you look at LA, you look at the Rams right now going off, and USC. I mean, UCLA, we don't need this no more slow-paced offense. We need more of a fast-paced offense. You need more excitement at UCLA. It's Los Angeles, for God's sakes. And Chip Kelly, he belongs in college football. He did not work out in the NFL, especially for my Philadelphia Eagles. Another subject for another day, but I love the Chip Kelly hire.
Yeah, if Chip Kelly was able to recruit at Oregon, imagine what he's going to do in Los Angeles and UCLA.
Come on now. And then I love the Dan Mullen hire, and I think, Jim Official, as you say, I'm very interested to see who Mississippi State's got hired now, and FSU. FSU's now a good job now as well.
And then at Texas A&M, I feel bad for Kevin Sumlin. I hope he gets a big job. He was a good coach.
Arizona State, maybe.
And then I just want to mention Tennessee and Greg Schiano. I mean, it's
that was a
wrong what they did
debacle.
to Greg Schiano, and it's wrong how the fans reacted.
Yeah.
Not only because the fans want John Gruden, which I think is ridiculous.
if John Gruden goes, he
Yeah,
goes
then
to the NFL. He
Yeah,
goes to the
exactly.
NFL.
So I
Come
think
on
the John Gruden rumor is ridiculous, and then the Penn State scandal that some Tennessee fans are bringing up, I don't think that's fair to Schiano. But
Yeah, no.
Schiano has the chance to make a big splash or big money because he signed that contract. He signed a contract he basically signed to agreed to a contract.
really?
He can sue Tennessee and make $20 million.
Hey, might as well make that money.
Make that money.
Make that money. Hopefully Scott Frost doesn't leave for more.
Oh, God.
Speaking of coaches. Undefeated teams. Wisconsin, for example, they have the moniker of being the only other undefeated team in the nation. Along with our Knights, the final hurdle for the team in the race for the playoffs is Wisconsin's noted bogey team, Ohio State. Can the Badgers finally beat the Buckeyes straight up? And
Yeah, no sir. No sir. Wisconsin, like at Bama, they don't have a good schedule. Big whoop that they beat Iowa and Michigan. What do you want me to give them, a cookie? I mean, come on now. They're still overrated. I don't want to hear it. And Ohio State, they've been good as of late. They got off to a bad start against Michigan this past weekend, but then they outscored them 31-6 to end the game. And as long as they have JT Barrett, as long as he's healthy, I know he got hurt from the camera injury. I don't know who that camera guy is. What is he doing? But as long as he's healthy, he's fine. And then JT Dobbins, freshman running back, man, that boy about to eat on Saturday. Watch
Yeah, I
out.
think you put it perfect in that question, Ben, about finally beating Ohio State, man. They've lost five out of the last 6 years. I think it's time, to be honest with you. They have a great freshman running back in Jonathan Taylor, who has the 3rd most rush yards for freshmen in FBS history.
Yep.
I think the revenge factor plays in. There's a lot of people on the Wisconsin team who have lost to Ohio State multiple times. That plays a factor. And it's a very good defense that doesn't make a lot of mistakes. The offense doesn't make too many mistakes, and the defense, creates turnovers. I think Wisconsin actually has a shot this time.
Well, Wisconsin's going to be facing their best opponent, Ohio State. I want to see how they face against a very, very good team.
For sure. And then you have the mutual opponent of Iowa. Look at what Iowa did to Ohio State, and look at what
That's a
Wisconsin did to
fluke.
Iowa.
That's a fluke.
I mean, it's.
so you guys
It
have
happened, but it's a
so you
fluke.
guys have Wisconsin taking
I have
Ohio
Wisconsin
State?
beating
I
Ohio
have
State.
Ohio State. I have Ohio State. Yeah,
Okay,
we're disagreeing there.
We're divided here, but hopefully we're not divided on this last question. Finally, if it plays out the way looking like it will, with Wisconsin, Oklahoma, Clemson, and Auburn all win and get in, Who takes it all? Jimmy, you get the first crack at this one.
I got to go Auburn. Watching that Auburn-Alabama game and then watching the Auburn-Georgia game, that defensive line is just amazing. There might be 4 NFL players on the defensive line. They got an NFL running back and they got possibly an NFL quarterback. I mean, the team's loaded. They're playing their best football right now. They have a rematch with Georgia. If they win, they should get into the playoff.
Yep.
And, the winner of the Iron Bowl has gone on to play for the national championship 7 out of the last 8 years. So I got Auburn.
What about you, Ant?
I like Auburn, but I'm going to go a different route. I'm actually rolling with Oklahoma because it's all about Baker Mayfield's year. He's going to win the Heisman. Their offense is one of the best in the conference. They could outscore anybody. I don't care. You could put any defense. I don't care. Oklahoma's going to outscore you. Even though their D's not that good, let's be honest, I think Oklahoma's offense is going to be really good. Oklahoma is going to be a 2017-18 national champs.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
I feel like the defensive line can slow down Oklahoma's offense, and I feel like the running game of Auburn can limit Baker Mayfield on the field.
that offense, though, from Oklahoma, man. Baker Mayfield,
they can put up points.
They got to put up points.
So no love for our Knights in there, guys?
Look, I think UCF is getting a lot of disrespect from the committee, but
they are getting a lot of disrespect, but also the question said Wisconsin, Auburn, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
UCF
So
can't
UCF
get
is
in.
not.
With Wisconsin, I'm just trying to stir the pot up a little bit, guys. Just trying to stir the pot.
I wish.
Pot stirring, we're cooking up on the table. Interesting debate, guys, but overall, I've got to give the win to someone who gave out the hot takes instead of tepid. Jimmy, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I know you're disappointed, but that's it for this segment. But stick around, because after the break, the joust is coming right at you. Stay with us.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
Do you like sports? Do you like reading about sports? Then we got a sports blog just for you. Stay on my peripherals. That's not far enough. Hitting the field.
The first student-run sports blog.
For sports fans.
By sports fans.
See, it's all about the product shot.
Where do you want me to stand?
Don't talk though. I want them to see the hole.
Hitting the field. We cover football. We cover basketball. And so much more.
He's out. By sports reporters and Meech.
What up? Watch the show and read the sports blog. Hitting
the field.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
Congratulations. You've made it this far, so you, the viewer, should be rewarded. Am I correct? It's the joust, where no topic in sports, entertainment, or culture is off limits. Let's begin with Alabama. Again, Alabama in basketball had to play 3-on-5 for the last 12 minutes of their game against Minnesota, much like when two of your buddies forget their IDs for intramurals, which I deal with on a nightly basis. Who would be your two teammates to go down with in that situation? Going to come to you first, Jimmy.
First, I want to talk about Colin Sexton in that game. I mean, Colin Sexton's the truth, dropped 40 points, 3-on-5. I mean, come on. So then my teammates, you got to go Russell Westbrook. 3-on-5, he's going to do the work. I mean, come on. And then why not go Colin Sexton again? I'll go Colin Sexton, Russell Westbrook. Colin Sexton's proved he can do it. And then Russell Westbrook, come on, 3-on-5, it doesn't face him.
I personally would go with the king, the one and only LeBron James, of course. I mean, he's the king. What else do you have to say to that? And then I would choose Kevin Hart, because he has played so he is so funny in the little celebrity games. I couldn't guard him seriously. You can't guard him seriously. He'd make me laugh the entire time. So yeah, the King and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I mean, you can't disagree with Kevin Hart. Personally, if I got to pick, it would be that boy Meech producing the show right now, because he gets buckets, and Kyle Graham because his 3-shot is the nicest out of our group. Sorry, Chris Davis.
Oh, that's a shot at Anthony, my boy Anthony too.
So moving on. Luckily, living in America, we have sports on holidays to make staying with our extended families bearable. We all have that super political uncle and that aunt who hit the sauce at 9 a.m. and refuses to stop to deal with. So answer me this. What is better, Thanksgiving football or Christmas basketball? Go ahead, Bree.
I have to go with Christmas basketball, of course. I'm more of a basketball person in general. My whole family watches basketball on Christmas, so we all get together. My mom played college basketball. Everybody in my family is a basketball fan over football, so I have to go with the Christmas basketball.
I gotta go Christmas basketball for a different reason, though. I didn't have parents play college basketball, but they have better games. I mean, the NBA makes sure their 5 of the best games are on Christmas Day. Thanksgiving, they roll out the Cowboys, who haven't won a Super Bowl since 1996, and the Lions, who have never won a Super Bowl. They get Thanksgiving Day games every year, and I don't know why. But the NBA makes sure on Christmas Day, 10 of the best teams are on TV.
I'm biased, but Christmas Eve's the best day because of Premier League soccer, and then Boxing Day because of Premier League soccer. But the only people I can talk to about that on this show are Nathaniel and Zach, and neither of them are here. So let's move on. Since it is our final show before the break, what is the sporting event over Christmas you're looking most forward to either go to, watch, or cover? Bree.
I'm looking forward to most is whatever UCF bowl game they play in. Like, I've been waiting this for such a long time. I've been hoping that are going to play a good team, unlike our schedule. So I'm really excited for this bowl game. Hopefully some of us will be able to go and cover it. So that's what I'm looking forward to most over the break.
Yeah, if UCF can beat Memphis and they get in that Peach Bowl in Atlanta, that would be amazing. I think that UCF would bring a lot of student body there. But I got to go with the game that's going to keep me on the couch for all its time, and I wish I could be there, is Steelers versus Patriots on December 17th. I mean, that game's going to decide AFC home field. It's such a big game for the Steelers, who always seem to lose to the Patriots. But the defense got it figured out this year. Antonio Brown leading the league in receiving, Le'Veon Bell leading the league in rushing. I think this could be the year, especially in Pittsburgh in Week 15, that we beat the Patriots.
Quickly, it is Monday. It's Cyber Monday. What are you guys dropping cash on today?
I'm going with Bath and Body Works because they have this good sale.
Can never go wrong.
And I always like to smell good, so Bath and Body Works.
Man, you got to go electronics, Best Buy, and then you also got to go clothes. I mean, I got to go Champs shoes.
Video games, $27.99 right now, GameStop. So that's a stirring debate and analysis. It's always a pleasure, but there can only be one winner, and that winner is Breanna Sorensen. Sorry, Jimmy.
Sorry.
Bree brought the facts in the early segment, and she made me laugh with Kevin Hart. You can't go wrong with Kevin Hart. Yeah, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah, baby.
But we're off a break, but be sure to rejoin us in the spring for more quality sports banter analysis. Thank you to the talented crew on camera and behind it for our best semester ever. See you all real soon.
It seems so. Although additional information has not been released on the content of what ideas